I am Courtney, and this is
Ethan.
And we have 3 dogs. Hyper is our golden retriever. She's the sweetest girl. She's older. She's 8. Russell, we adopted. He's like almost 5.
Yep, he's a big meatball. He looks intimidating, but he's just a big old sweetheart.
And then we have Poppy here, who is gonna be 3, and she is a Cavapoo, full of sass.
Mm-hmm.
She owns the family.
She runs the house.
She runs the house here, you can tell. We kept going back and forth on if we wanted a real fence or the invisible fence.
Yeah, we had gotten some price estimates and stuff for enclosing our backyard, and it was probably 3 times the cost of doing an invisible fence system. And so we had a neighbor that did invisible fence right next door, and he referred us. We had done another fence system at our previous house, also an underground fence, but it just didn't have the level of customer service.
That was one of the biggest selling points for us for invisible fence, is the training that they come out and they train your dogs multiple times. So we started with the flags just so that they learn where their boundaries are. And for us, that was really important because Poppy is a runner. She will, if she sees even a bird, she will run across the street. And so safety was a huge thing for us.
Yeah, Russ was as well. When he had another dog or person walking by on the street, he's a big sweetheart, like I said, but he looks very intimidating. So that was one of the main reasons that we decided to go with, to have a fence to contain him. The training was incredible. I mean, every couple weeks we had a trainer out here, and we didn't have to really call and set it up. They would follow up with us on a regular basis. Hey, when do you want to set it up? And they'd be out here and they'd work with us for an hour or 2 or however long it took. They would look and evaluate how many times they went outside of the area, and they would adjust the correction accordingly to the point where we don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
But they're always available. That was one of the things the trainer said, is we'll come back out as many times as you need for whatever you need for additional training and whatnot. I'd say it was funny. We thought that Poppy would be the one that would respond perfectly to the training, and Russ we'd have to deal with for a lot longer. He was the one that responded the quickest. The biggest aha moment, at least for me, when I was out there with the trainers, and then we went across the boundary onto the street, which he would normally follow me. He is my shadow. He follows me everywhere.
Yes, and Poppy is my shadow.
And so she did it too. And we walked out on the street, and they both literally just got to mid-driveway and they just sat down.
And they stared at us.
And we walked down the street and back, and I've taken 4-wheeler rides with the kids, and they just sit in the middle of the yard or the middle of the driveway, and they don't move.
Our neighbors, like we said, right over here, they have 3 dogs as well. And this one would love to tease and go in and out between the lines because she knew where it was.
Yep.
And now they just they'll bark at each other on each other's lines.
Yeah,
they won't go anywhere.
There's about a 2 or 3 foot gap where their fence ends and our fence starts, and they can both just stand there, but nobody crosses.
Yes. And Russ, whenever he sees dogs, that's when he will go. And we have a lot of dogs in our neighborhood. So we had neighbors walking, and he started barking, and I was watching him okay, this is it. And he stopped and he just followed them, but that was it.
Yep.
And so
he just walked that line down.
You almost feel okay, good.
Yeah.
They're safe. Just to describe our 3 dogs to you, this one is fast.
Mm-hmm.
He's slow. And so in the morning, he loves to take his time.
Yep.
Loves it. And I'm Russell, and we are trying to get to school. And so it's really nice in the morning when we're rushed to get the kids to school. We can let them out, and we don't have to watch them go in the yards, go in the trees, go to the neighbor's house. So it saves us
tons of time.
So much time.
I'll get up in the morning, start brushing my teeth, let him out the back door, go up, get the kids ready, and he'll just literally be sitting. Today, I let him out the front door, and we were getting stuff ready, and I was like, where's Russ? And I went out, and he was laying on the front step in the sun. So it's a huge saving thing, because otherwise in the beginning, before we had the fence, we were always having to stand out there and watch him or tie him to a lead that we had wrapped around the tree to make sure he wasn't running. So
safety, the dogs, is our number 1 concern, especially with the road and stuff.
And then the time thing, you just touched on, that's a huge thing, to just be able to let them out and not worry about it, not watch them. So it saves a lot of time. It gives them freedom to be able to just go and explore, and obviously to an extent within the boundary, but it allows them more time outside, more time in the sun, more time getting exercise, so they're not just cooped up in the house or in the kennel or something like that. Yeah, the biggest benefit for our dogs is just allowing them the freedom to be dogs. They're not confined to a kennel. They're not stuck in the house year round. and just getting outside for potty breaks. Like, the customer support has been amazing. I mean, from the trainers that have come out to, one of the other things I'll mention is they send the batteries out to us. Like, a couple weeks ago, I got a package in the mail. These are your batteries for when the batteries run out, which
totally forgot.
Yeah, totally forgot about it. Like, so that's huge. Like, it's always nice to have somebody on call. Every time I've called, I get a hold of somebody right away. There's not this long customer service hold time or anything like that. It's very personal and local, and
And it's nice too for when we had a lot of questions. You guys come out right away, and then after that, you guys do all of that for us. So it's like we don't really have to do anything except let you guys train us, and then we train the dogs, and then you come back and check, and it's so nice.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a freak about like making sure I do things right, and so there was definitely multiple phone calls that I had made like after the first couple sessions, like, all right, just a reminder, tell me what now I need to do.
Yeah, we would 1,000% recommend Invisible Fence to anyone and everyone.
Yeah,
literally, it is such a game changer, especially because we have so many dogs. Even if you have one or two, they are safe, they can roam and be dogs.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I think I had mentioned before that we had another system at a previous property that we had, and the level of customer service and support was not equivalent. The product wasn't as high a quality, and so just the amount of customer service and just hand holding all along the way, that's one of the biggest reasons I would recommend it to anybody. Can do it with the help of the Invisible Fence.